Well, hello there. Welcome back to my second video on how to restore old photos. Now, this photo here was taken from the internet, and in fact, it came from one of my cousin's profile pages. As we can tell, it's faded, and we could definitely bring this one back to life. Alright, and I'll be showing you a new trick on how to set the levels. Now, this one, I chose this one for two reasons. One is to basically reinforce what we're going to be learning from this photo. And the second reason is because it's of my brother Tony when he got married to his wife Sylvia back in February of 1966. This photo was taken in San Diego, California. And if anyone out there may know this Tony Rios, please get a hold of me, or at the very least let this man know that he does have a brother out here. And today on this one I'm just going to be concentrating on the photo. I've already went over the white borders and how to preserve the text on my first video. Then we're going to move on to this one. Now, I will say that this one was scanned in at 600 DPI. This one, I have no idea what the DPI on it is since it came from the internet. Now, this one was taken from not a smartphone. It was a cell phone. One of those flip-up cell phones that you have the options of texting, messaging, and the options of taking small pictures. That's where this one came from, and then it was sent via message. And that's why it has so much of a grainy pixelation in the background here. But we could definitely make this one pop and come back to life. And I'll show you how. And then finally, we'll go ahead and take care of the color cast. Some of the scratches here. I'm not going to do everything. And then we're going to go ahead and talk about how to remove the tape here. And we got a little tape here too. So we'll get that taken care of as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, on my previous video, I showed you one way of setting the levels via the threshold first. Today is going to be a little different. So the first thing that we want to do is go ahead and duplicate our layer. Alright, now that we got that done, let's go to our levels. Now, it's going to be a little different. So with our mouse, we want to click on this little black bar here and hold down our Alt key at the same time. And then slide the bar slowly to the right. We're starting to see color come in. And I'm seeing it come in at the very bottom. I'm going to go ahead and release the Alt key. So we can tell it's coming from the bottom portion here and the shoe. I'm going to select the bottom portion of the TV. Slide that back. Let's go ahead and select our white value here. Again, hold down the mouse key, Alt key, slide it to the right. And that's going to be the woman's blouse. Slide that. Now, for the mid-tone, which is the grayscale on this part, it's going to be a hit and miss and a guessing game. So let's go ahead and click on our top one here. Like this one. Go to our bottom eyedropper here. Click it. And then select the woman's white blouse. It's already coming to life. Alright, now for the grayscale. It says a hit and miss till you find the right spot that you are kind of liking. I'm going to select here. There we go. And we could select the white. Yeah, I'm not liking that. I'm going to go back here. There we go. Alright, I am kind of liking that. I'm going to go ahead and zoom out a bit. I'm going to bring the original in. Now, I think it definitely came out better. Definitely brought it back to life. We could definitely tell there's tinsel on the tree and the light bulbs. The doilies more brighter, more defined, the knickknacks. And we can almost see the text on the metal plate on the TV. And the curtains also came out as well too. But I will let you be the judge of that. So let's go ahead and move to our second photo. I'm going to go ahead and zoom out, which is Control minus. Alright, duplicate the layer. Levels. Just like before, hold down the mouse key, Alt key, slide to the right slowly. I'm starting to see some color in. I'm seeing it coming in right back in here, right at the bottom of the dress where the shadow is. And how I did that was that when I had everything pressed down, the mouse key and the Alt key, I just released the Alt key. Okay, so I do believe I am going to be selecting right back in here. Okay, now let's go to the white value. Hold down the mouse key, Alt key, slowly bring it in. That's going to be the white part of the dress here. Okay, slide that back. Let's go ahead and select. I'm going to select right back in here. Bam, it's already looking better. Let's select our white value. Oh yeah, there we go. And the gray, the mid-tone, is going to be a hit and miss. And sometimes on these grayscale photos, you'll see a slight change, so you just have to kind of play around with it till you find something that you like. I'm going to go ahead and leave it right there. Alright, I think that's looking pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and bring out the original. Now I do believe it made it pop out a little bit more, but again, I will let you be the judge of that. Alright. Let's go ahead and move to our third photo. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this one came from an old cell phone. And we're going to go ahead and bring it back to life a little bit, at least as much as we can. So let's go ahead and create our duplicate layer. Okay. Levels. And just like before, mouse key down, Alt key down. And I'm already seeing that reddish color coming in. Looks like the back of the shoulder here. And right around back of the ear. I'm going to select back by the ear. So, bring that all the way back. Select our white value. Hold down the mouse key, Alt key, and start sliding. Real nice and slow. Alright, so that's going to be the white blouse. Alright, now that we got that determined, select the top one. It's going to be the first part right here. Okay, so a little change, but not much. Let's go ahead and select the white blouse. Bam! Look at that. That's pretty good. Alright, now for the mid-tone, the gray. It's going to be a hit and miss. I'm not liking that. Not liking that. That's pretty good. And that's okay too. I think I am going to go ahead and leave it right there. Alright, now, see a yellow stain. Let's see if we can take care of that. Patch tool. Make sure that we're on our background layer. It didn't really do much. I didn't think it would, but I thought I'd try. But we did bring it back to life a little bit. Alright, now moving on. The last photo for today. We're going to talk about the color cast, how to bring it back to color, you know, the way it should look, and removing this tape mark and one of the scratches here. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started just like before. Duplicate our layer. Let's go to our levels. Hold down on the mouse key, Alt key, and slowly drag to the right. Okay, I'm starting to see red come in at the towards the bottom. It looks like it's coming from the girl here on the jeans here. So that's where I'll be making my first mark, right in here. Let's go ahead and slide that back all the way. Let's go ahead and select our white value. Hold down the mouse key, Alt key, slowly bring in. Alright. That looks like the girl's t-shirt. So we'll use that for the white value. Alright. Now, let's go ahead and get in here. Oh wow, look at that. Now, for the mid-tone, the grayscale, hit and miss again. You just got to find that right spot where it looks pretty good to you. Yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, definitely not there. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm thinking right about there. Okay. We'll go ahead and leave it right there. Now, let's talk about some options that we have to get rid of this tape. Alright, so I'm going to zoom in on the photo, and that is Control Plus. Now I'm going to go ahead and get my lasso 2 here. I'll go around the edge. Alright. Now, one option would be to go to Edit, Fill, and then use our Content Aware. Everything else stays the same, and click OK. And make sure we're on our background copy. Okay, now it did take the tape away, but we see that there was 2 legs here. So we can take care of that. Let's go ahead and stay on the lasso 2. I'm going to go ahead and around here. Okay, then I am going to select my clone tool, hold down the Alt, click, and then I'm just gonna small pieces at a time. Okay, that got rid of the leg. I'm going to go ahead and select this. Clone. Alt key. Click. Okay, and then you see we just have some minor touch-up to do here. And we can use our clone tool to do that, to bring out this line here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. Alright, so we got this tape here. I am going to, let's see what happens if we do content aware. Edit, fill, okay. And it did okay, but as you see we got a little more work that we would need to do. So I'm going to step back, basically undo what I did. I'm going to go to my patch tool. I'm just going to go ahead and outline to the bottom there, follow it up. Now we don't want the border, just want this tape mark. Alright, then bring it out, zoom out, and that did a fairly good job. Alright, now let's go ahead and take a look at these scratches here. One way would be to use our patch tool. Or our spot healing tool. Spot healing tool, if you use it, it's going to go ahead and click on it and follow the line. And sometimes that works pretty good. Sometimes it doesn't. I'm going to follow this one up. As you see there, it didn't really do what we were hoping for. Alright, so patch tool. I'm going to click around this circle. Okay. Right above there. Yep, right about there. And that's okay, but we would still have to do a little more work on it. So I'm going to step back. Now, when you do get serious about photo restoration, sometimes you'll have no other options but to get some plugins to help out. So what I'm going to be using, I'll show you here in a second. I'm going to select this one. And this plugin is Alien Skin Image Doctor. It's unfortunate that, look at that, it's already taken it away. that back in 2013 they discontinued it and no longer support it. Well, it still is a decent plugin, so if you are able to get it, I would highly recommend getting it. I do believe they have it in their Exposure 7 and iCandy software, I believe. Okay, so we went ahead over that. I think I'm going to leave this part for another video, because I do want to go ahead and talk about the color cast in Gimp. So I'm going to go ahead and open the same photo here. And show you how we take care of the color cast within Gimp itself. So what we want to do when we have our photo loaded is to go in the menu bar and go to colors. And then the next thing that we want to do is go ahead and click on levels. Now it's going to be a different way of doing it than what Photoshop does. So what we want to do is go to our red value, and then we're just going to go ahead and start sliding this bar here on the histogram, and you see it start changing. So start slowing it. I'm going to leave it right about there. I'm going to bring the white here on the spectrum so I kind of like what I'm seeing. Alright, now I'm going to go to my green channel. I'm going to do the same thing. Slowly bring it in to right about there. Go to my white value, start slowly bringing that in. Okay. Now let's go ahead to our blue channel, do the same thing. About there. And bring this one in. I'm going to leave that right about there. Alright, so that's definitely better than this right here. Alright, so that's how you correct the color cast in Gimp. I'm going to go ahead and click reset. They do have an auto button here. I'm going to show you what it does. And it does a fairly good job, but I think I prefer the manual method. I'm going to click cancel. Alright, and that is going to be the end of the video for today. So if you did like this video in any way or found it helpful, please like and subscribe to my channel. And please visit my blog. I will leave the link to it at the bottom of this video. So thanks again for watching, and hope to see you again. Have a good day.